story of Shadow starts to roll out in the opening cinematic as a bird passes by a lone man riding a horse by a razor's edge of a cliff face. The horse carries what looks like a large sack of supplies on its back. You follow the wanderer from the cliff, through a forest, across a gigantic arched bridge, which leads him to some type of temple. The music's tone changes to ominous as the wanderer enters the edifice. The forgotten temple is made of gray and white stone. The wanderer sees a stone altar near the end of the structure. From the player's perspective, we are shocked to see, as the wanderer unwraps the sack on the back of the horse, the contents therein are not supplies, but the human body of a young woman. He holds her in his arms and places the corpse on the altar. The wanderer speaks to the air. "Please, I need you to bring back her soul." And the god of this land, Dorman, replies in voice only. That maiden's soul? Souls that are once lost cannot be reclaimed. Is that not the law of mortals? With that sword, however, it may not be impossible. The wanderer responds quickly. Really? Dorman is just as quick to talk back. That is, of course, if thou manage to accomplish what we askest. But heed this, the price you pay may be heavy indeed. The wanderer, strong in his resolve, replies, "It doesn't matter." Dorman then responds, "Very well. Raise thy sword by the light, and head to the place where the sword's light gathers." From here, the player finds their first colossi by following the game's compass. The light from the wanderer's sword as it is held to the sky. The story doesn't give you all the answers in the beginning, and that's something great about it. We learn that this land the wanderer has arrived at is forbidden to enter by his people. This basic outlines all the game needs to push the player to their next destination. Controlling the wanderer is almost as good as Shadow's story. The wanderer can run, jump, roll, swing his sword, hold or grab onto ledges, shoot arrows with his bow, and ride on horseback to encounter the game's only enemies, the colossi. Colossi are giant monsters made out of stone and dried gray hair. Each colossus has a different design and are in themselves puzzles. The goal of each colossus is to somehow get on them, navigate to the vulnerable spot on their body, and plunge your sword into it. The vulnerable spot is shown as a glowing white insignia spouting a small fountain of black mist. Once the colossi receives enough damage from this method of attack, the monster moans, hits the ground, and turns into rubble. Large black tendrils erupt from the colossus's remains and look to stab themselves into the wanderer's body, causing him to faint and return back to the temple, where he gets yet another command from the god Dorman to fight his next Colossus. At the time of its release, Shadow of the Colossus' visuals were stunning for the PlayStation 2, and every time